I was unable to be with us this evening, so we're going to move on to Anthony Diamano, also known as Tony, United States Marine Corps, Vietnam veteran.
Dear Lord, lest I continue my complacent way, help me to remember somehow out there a man died for me today. As long as there be war, I then must ask and answer, am I worth dying for? This poem was carried in Eleanor Roosevelt's wallet all through World War II, and she read it often. And when I was in Hawaii a couple of weeks ago at the Arizona Memorial, I saw this and it brought a tear to my eye, and it does now too, because we live in a land of brothers and sisters. And as we came back from Vietnam, our country was in turmoil. Peace demonstrators, anti-government organizations, the Students for a Democratic Society, the Committee for Conscientious Objectors, American Deserters Committees, and there are about 34 other organizations that helped United States citizens escape to Mexico and to Canada. Many of these organizations flourished during Vietnam and folded thereafter. Before I entered the service, I listened to, "Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today?" And one side's right, one side's wrong, victory to the Viet Cong. We were a terribly divided society. African Americans were in revolt. Students were further radicalized by the killings at Kent State and Jackson State. The registration for the draft cards, and then waiting for your draft number. In 1972, I received my draft number. I had enlisted in the Marine Corps a year before and was on my way to Vietnam in the hold of the USS Sumter. In 1971, Vietnam combat soldiers, 1 in 6 of whom were addicted to heroin, were refusing to fight and fragging or killing officers who ordered them into combat. Many Vietnam veterans returned to the United States faced with alcoholism, drug abuse, PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder, and poisoning from Agent Orange dioxins-based defoliants that we did not even know were harmful. Many of us are sick today with cancers, skin diseases that cannot be identified, neuropathy, type 2 diabetes, and type 1. Looking beyond that, over 2.7 million men and women cycled through Vietnam. They came back and went to college or universities, became scientists, engineers, technicians, politicians, lawyers, family-owned business members, and society dropouts suffering from PTSD. Today, PTSD is being treated with relaxation or yoga, acupuncture, medications, and experimental xenon gas. I heard about the xenon gas a week ago, and I said, you know, in Vietnam in 1964, when they started defoliating the jungles, we were told, or the military that was in Vietnam at the time were told that it was no problem. It was just going to defoliate the area so we could see the enemy better. And now they want to use an xenon gas to help treat PTSD. The Veterans Administration is reaching out to veterans. Even today, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Iran, Cameroon, Africa, and other places where we support human rights organizations and the United Nations and Amnesty International. I found a reference to the people that are on the wall behind me, close to 59,000. It said over 70% of Vietnam veterans killed were volunteers, and we are in a society that believes freedom is not free. We heard Lieutenant Gazeda's sister yesterday tell us that he was a volunteer. He wanted to go and fight for our country, for the beliefs of our country. Today we have an all-volunteer force. They're smarter, better trained, better armed, and as they come back to society after 3, 4, and 5 deployments within a relatively short period of time, come back to be affixed with prosthetics. These people are continuing, many of them, on to school, colleges, trade schools, and are contributing to our society today. I encourage everyone that are working today, that are continuing to work, to encourage your grandchildren, your children, your great-grandchildren, to share their knowledge, help others in the workplace. Sharing what we know so that we are always improving our ability to keep our nation strong and free. Remember, as you stand free today, ask and answer, am I worthy of someone dying for me today? God bless our nation, active and reserve military, Ridgecrest, our mayor, our city council. God bless you here tonight in this heat to come hear us speak and memorialize the veterans that we see on the wall. You are all supporters of our nation, of the freedom that we all adore. Thank you.